GangRadio.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode.
Well, I mean, are we gonna wait for fucking Eddie Hearn to book Dubai for some fucking crazy event? Because I've been hearing him keep talking about Dubai. I'm like, bruh, just get something out.
Well, I mean, that's actually a good segue into our next topic. Our next topic does involve a couple fighters that do work with Eddie Hearn and have been trying to get a fight off. And they actually did have a scheduled fight off that was canceled originally by the COVID. Of course, I'm talking about former WBO junior welterweight champion Maurice Hooker and former WBA junior welterweight champion Regis Prograis. Originally they're supposed to fight in April. It was supposed to be in DC, and I actually had some plans to actually try to go there to go watch it, and so that probably would have been one of my first. That may have been my first. That would have been my first card this year, had that happened. But as it stands, LB has seen live boxing this year, so he's a lucky dude. So obviously that fight has some intrigue because they had decided on a 142 catchweight. So we didn't think anything different. So when the talks heard, they're gonna fight again. I was like, okay, good, they're gonna reschedule this fight. But somehow along the way, Maurice Hooker is like, listen, look here, guys, I can't make this weight anymore. Okay, it's taxing. Okay, so let's
super early because the fight ain't been rescheduled yet.
Exactly.
So just to come out and say it, it's like, damn, you don't even believe in your own training.
Right. And so he was like, can we have this at the full 147 weight? Well, Regis is talking about, no, that's, I think Lou DiBella's his promoter, I think. And, both of them have said they didn't want to do that shit. We agreed upon 142 for this fight.
43.
Oh, 143. Okay, excuse me. 143. So what the fuck is all this changing shit about? So yeah, they were not having it. They were. So and then they were going back and forth on it, and then finally it's like, you know what? Fuck it, we're not gonna fight. That's it.
So because motherfuckers don't want to fight at Broner weight.
Now, Broner weight was actually 144. This seems like it was Regis weight or Peterson
weight. Yeah, Peterson weight. Yeah,
Peterson weight. Yeah, this Peterson weight.
So now though, there are some people out there now, like there are a couple of people, other people. I think a lot of the anger in this situation has been towards Regis for some odd reason because
why?
That's what I don't get, man. This is the whole this is just the whole Canelo cheated. Let's get angry at Golovkin shit. This guy, he's not fucking in shape. Let's get mad at the guy who says fuck it. Let's honor the weight class and the.
Well, to his credit, at least Hooker has actually had that one fight at welterweight, his last fight. So I mean, it wasn't like this was like he was at 140 and all of a sudden he's like, no, we're gonna do this at 147. So
yeah, but then
you agreed to it. Like you agreed to 143, bro.
If you seen the last tweet, I think it came out yesterday. Hooker was saying that he'll agree to 145. He really wants, like, he kind of went back. He went back on his stance and like, yo, I'll go 145. Let's see if we can make it. Which I feel like I'm glad he at least said that, so he's trying to make an effort. But 145 probably should have been the weight it should have been.
It's kind of an unnecessary catchweight, honestly. Like
it is, but at least it was showing an effort. I mean, it's called negotiating.
Yeah, it's negotiating, and honestly, yeah, if that was like the original, 145 or whatever, but okay, I mean, I was like, that's a 2-pound difference. Like,
I mean, he's still in the wrong. I don't think Regis should be, people shouldn't get on Regis, but
yeah, because
Hooker for at least.
Yeah, it's
trying.
I don't know.
Yeah, because the one thing with Regis too is Regis had never really said that he wanted to go to welterweight. Like, I mean, his last fight, I mean, he had that, fight of the year candidate with Josh Taylor, for unification.
Yeah, eventually, but not yet. If he could still.
He was always Josh Taylor we was looking at to move up because Josh Taylor was the bigger dude, and I felt like he already fought more contenders at 140 than everybody else did. So Ramirez is going into it with a post-star fight, like
So
he already fought Hooker, so we all still wanted to see Prograis and Hooker. I'm sorry, Prograis and Ramirez at 140. As for Hooker and Taylor, we was already like, they bound for 147 now.
Right, and with Prograis, because like I said, Prograis thinks he has unfinished business, and then and honestly for him, like leaving 140 right now, because like I said, I mean, there's a chance that the belts will get freed regardless, and it's just like he felt like he had unfinished, so I can understand why he wanted to stay at 140. But Hooker, in his last 2 140 fights, he was draining to make weight. I mean, I was in the house when Duke nearly lost his belt on the scales against Les Pierre. Like I think he had shed like 5 pounds or something crazy, and he had to cut his hair to make the fucking weight.
Goodness.
Yeah, that shit was ridiculous.
When you doing shit like that, you got a problem.
Yeah, so I mean,
what's next? Niggas cutting off like a pinky toe or some shit. Hey, fuck it. You know what? We'll attach it back after the fight.
Just put that shit on ice.
Just put it on ice. Hey, damn, like, what's next? Like, so, I mean, the way I feel about it, like, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I'll be disappointed because it was a guaranteed good fight.
Right.
But at least Hooker is trying to make a concession. So I'll give him that. I just feel like it could have been avoided, but even then, it's like the fight is so far away from now. Like, why give up on yourself? But I would like for Regis to just take the 145 and say, okay. There's a reason I wasn't so, high on Regis, turning it down, because this could be one of those situations where he come in there like John Molina and he's like a middleweight.
Word.
Like the Provolnikov fight.
Yeah.
Where it don't even matter how hard the guy hit when you damn 2 weight classes bigger.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because I mean, Hooker does rehydrate, pretty significantly. So that's the thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, and Regis.
Are we trying to see Regis and Hooker, or are we trying to see Golovkin Brook? Are we trying to see Spence and Mikey, or?
Yeah. So
like, what is this?
Yeah, but in my case, like, I'm just saying, like, he should, like, there's no reason why Regis should have gotten all this flack for not making the fight. I mean, to me, like I said, I mean, if you say you gotta do at this weight, do it, and again, keep it moving. Like, I mean, so this is what I mean. Like, Hooker, to his credit, though, Hooker has proved me wrong so far, because I thought this dude wouldn't amount to a damn thing in the sport. And I mean, honestly, Duke could have been comeback fighter of the year for 2018. Like, I mean, when Duke had a streak, had a legitimate streak. I mean, he took 4 zeros before he lost to the 5th undefeated fighter in a row. So, that's, and I didn't think he would ever just be like that. So, but Hooker, like, if he's gonna be at welterweight, don't force someone who didn't want to do it. Like, if you want to do a catchweight, fine, let him do that. But don't force someone to fight a full division when that wasn't the original plan. It's fucked up. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you want to fight a full welter, there's Virgil Ortiz that's waiting in the fucking wings. I'm pretty sure he's hungry. To body another welterweight. So I mean, that was pretty much my thing on Hooker. Like I said, I put respect on Hooker's name. He does what he has to do, but he need to make sure that Hooker needs to, in the future, like, if he's gonna fight welterweight, fight welterweights, fight someone that has no problem, has no problems fighting at 147. I mean, hopefully this fight does go on, because Matchroom needs it. To be frank about it, DAZN is, I know, it's kind of hurting right now for content, because a lot of the stuff is just it's live sports, and why they have a back catalog, they don't have a lot of shorter programming. So it's like, I mean, so it's really important for them to actually get fights, get the two promotions that sign agreements on them to get them up and running, and a Prograis Hooker fight will easily be better than a lot of fights that are signed right now. Easily, it would probably be the best fight currently right now. P, what do you think?
Hold up. Sorry about that. I couldn't hear you for a minute. What happened?
Yeah, I'm saying. I mean, what do you think? I mean, about regarding like Hooker and Prograis?
I mean, I'm cool with it. It's just I'm just honestly kind of a little annoyed with this whole thing. Like, are you gonna have me personally? And maybe this is just my bias setting in. I've never really been a fan of like this kind of bullshit catch weights and stuff. Either fight at 140 or fight at 147. Like, but I mean, it's still a good fight. So if it happens, I'm not gonna shit on it.
I mean, it's a non-title fight though, so I mean, I don't mind. I mean, there's always been catchweight fights in boxing. I just don't want the fuckery to come with it, like the weight games.
But usually, a lot of times, that's what does happen. The fuckery comes along with it. Like, I just feel like catchweights is a breeding ground for fuckery. Like, how many times have we seen this before? So, I mean, I'm not gonna poo-poo the fight. I'm just not with the approach right now. But honestly, I'll get over it and I'll come around to it because I like the fight. The fight itself is fine. So,
yeah. So yeah, they just have to make sure the zone, Eddie Hearn, get involved, do what you need to do. I mean, granted, get the promoters to talk. Eddie Hearn, Lou DiBella, all of them people to talk and get this fight going. Because like I said, the zone needs content, and having a fight like this air will do wonders. Because that's a legitimate fight that could probably change trajectory or two, if done correctly. So yeah, get on the ball. Don't let the fight fall.
I want to see a fight.
Yeah, don't let this fight fall through the cracks. Because I don't want to see Hooker fight, a lower ranked jobber at welterweight.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, who is there at welterweight for him to fight? Like
realistically, because
yeah, that's what I meant. Realistically, because if like the roster that he's on, like, not much there.
Right, and then top rank.
I think he realized it. That's why he tried to do the 145.
Yeah, and I think top rank. Although he's fought top rank won't let him near any of his welters like that.
Yeah, he's not getting the Crawford fight, so that's out the question.
And honestly, he needs a little more momentum. Like this fight benefits both of them. I don't want to see a lesser fight because at least after their losses, after their major losses, you could say they bounce back with a solid win. It's just the guy who has 2 losses. He's gonna have to rebuild himself.
Yeah, I'm surprised they had this fight this soon after both of them took whippings. Like not that far. Like it seemed like only yesterday both of them took their whippings. It didn't seem like it was that long ago.
Yeah.
but boxing needs that. I'm tired of this damn. Let's try to keep everybody perfectly safe and sound type of matchmaking. Like, roll the dice. If you don't, we gonna have a lot of very good fighters and not Hall of Famers.
You're right. I think you're right. However, I will say at this point, this is one of those things where the loser can come out in a hole where they might not be able to climb out of.
That's true, but he could still build himself up. I mean, look at what Chris Algieri was doing after the Spence loss.
Yeah.
These guys just can't be afraid to grind it out and come back.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what we're gonna see what you made out of.
Exactly.
And the way these guys only fighting once and twice a year, then I prefer a matchup like this where something's on the line.
That is true. Although I will say, like, for example, like especially for Prograis, this could be a big bounce back for him if he pulls this one out.
Because he come off a war. Like, remember, this ain't an old ass Golovkin in a Derevyanchenko fight where we're like, Yeah, I mean, yeah, he might want to dial it back a little in the next fight. You know, he's 37. I mean, Regis Prograis in his prime. You got youth. Like, he could take another little tough fight after. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
And it's been long enough time where it's like, okay, he's healed. And shit, and just like with Monster, like originally everybody was like, I don't know Monster, but now with all this going, whenever Monster do fight, I think it'll be a good enough time where he healed up, where he could fight that guy he was gonna fight, and we're not all worried about his face breaking apart and shit.
Exactly. Yeah, because that one was because you know, orbital injuries for me are automatic. You need to not come back so quickly. That's just my thing. And Monster, you know, and I honestly think it was something would have went wrong if he did fight.
You gotta make this time. It's like this whole pandemic shit is like you gotta make the time work for you, not work against you.
Word.
And I would hope that Regis and Hooker could come to an agreement, you know, because it's better off that they do. Like, who's going to replace him? That's a better win for either guy, realistically.
Exactly. So yeah,
because doesn't Baron shit have a fight lined up or something?
Yeah. He's fighting on Top Rank in July, sometime in July, and his is an actual good fight.
Yeah, so he's off the table. The guy he's fighting's off the table. So yeah, y'all kind of just, you know, it's all about concession, bro. Like, if you feel like you could whoop the dude, the extra 2 pounds shouldn't matter, Regis. And Hooker, if you serious, you should be able to drop that 2 pounds. End of story.
Wait, who's Baranchek fighting next month? Is it Cepeda, I think it was, or something?
Yep, Jose Cepeda.
Okay, yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, I mean that's probably the best fight on the whole Summer Series Top Rank got so far. That's an outstanding fight.
Yeah, that's a very good fight.
You know, the matchmakers, you know, they put their heads together on that one. You know, that's what
they did with the Lopez Correa too.
Yeah.
Correa.
Those are. I can't wait to see that fight. But
yeah, Golden Boy gonna give us a whole card of those type of fights whenever they get started.
Yeah, they need to get started. They need to get that shit together. I want because Golden Boy, I think, is the only one I know consistently. Their cards, with the exception of the Canelo cards, they're actually on point.
Also, Ryan Garcia needs
Well, Ryan Garcia keeps complaining about not getting paid enough, and there's always seems to be
somebody.
Yeah, Ryan Garcia is starting to piss me off a little bit.
He's having.
Moraes had the right idea with this kid. Like, yo, fight somebody already.
Exactly.
Moraes got so annoyed he wanted to just fight him.
Yeah.
Even though we don't even think he should. Like, that's the type of gunner he is. Where it's like,
I mean, he was supposed to fight. Wasn't he supposed to fight Linares before all this shit went down?
He should still fight him because at least that's a step in the right direction. But now that you've been talked up Linares, you can't put in somebody lesser than Linares.
Right.
That's the thing. It's like you know, y'all been hyping the Linares fight since last year. Yeah. So either give us that and we move on, or you give us something better.
Exactly. That's the whole mess. And this is, like I said, this is the whole reason why, like I said, Zone needs these fights to happen, and Hooker Prograis needs to happen. You know, end of story. Needs to happen.
Yeah. Come to some agreement, like shit.
I mean, some of these fights aren't hard fights to make. So I mean, there's no excuse for them not happening.
Right.
Just get the egos, you know, all the diva attitudes out the way.
But then again, I've learned, if there's one thing I've learned over the years in boxing, is the easiest fights to make are the ones that are never made. So yeah.
Facts.
It makes so much sense. Why can't it be made? Like, no.
Oh man.
Fucking Freddie and Jason to get a damn sequel before some of these fucking fights.
Right.